So, a recap. This is some troubled areas that a descaler would take care of. I'll do a little more explanation of some descaling as we get head on out here. But you can see this is by going around this sharp bend and that other bend where we had to have the string to direct it down in there.
Yeah.
It creates restriction on pushing the cable.
I see.
That's why a clean out.
Clean out.
And then, it's in making it harder shoving the camera down in here too, because the camera head comes up against some of this stuff, and then it just adds more.
What you don't want to slide.
Yeah, more restriction. We may not. I don't know. We may not. Yeah, we got past it.
That water laying in there then? Yeah.
It's a little bit,
okay.
But keep in mind that camera head's only about that big around.
Oh, okay.
So it's only a ½ inch of water
Okay.
laying there. Really nothing to.
That's just normal then. Usually, or.
It's got a little bit of a flat spot in it, but not enough to. Once it's descaled, typically there's not an issue with any flat spots like that.
Okay.
If I was to make a video or run out to the sewer line, you would see the water that lays in a sanitary sewer.
Oh, really?
When main line's installed, the pitch is different. It'll go tenths of an inch in like 100 foot or something like that. So there's always water laying in city main, but there's enough water coming through it keeps it flushed out. It's the same principle here. So we don't really worry, on this here a whole lot. We got a little bit of paper laying there.
Yeah.
But once this line, the scale on the line gets removed, a lot of that stuff will get pushed on out easier. It won't have anything to grab it.
I see. Yeah. So that's really rough on the inside. It's just that paper is not wanting to slide by that rough wall on that pipe. Then,
exactly.
Right?
You hit the nail on the head there. We'll push on out to the clay and we should be about, there we go. I knew it was about 50 foot. That's your service lateral, what we refer to as your service lateral. Your lateral that goes out to the main line. Okay. And if I'd keep going like they did in the other video, it's in good shape. On out here, there's a little bit of water, like there and on out, but nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I don't know if they push clear out to the main or not. We won't spend time doing that today. This one probably won't be enough. We've got a larger reel. I have it with me, but I'll never get it in there with these bends like they are. I've got a 300-foot reel out there. But anyways, we'll go ahead and come back, and I'll show you some areas, which is probably going to be a recap of the video the other folks made. So you can see how it's just, these pipes just get to be like an artery after a while. Sometimes you got to go in and get a stent put in or whatever.
Yeah.
The cast iron pipes, not a whole lot different than an artery. Different things collect to it. See that little ridge down at the bottom?
Yeah.
That's that same as when we first went in. It's got that build up there.
Right.
And that's where the water tracks. The most of the water gets used. Then when paper and waste comes along is when, when it's excessive is when you start having problems. It'll start collecting to there. When a person puts one of these descalers down in there, you always run the risk of if you hit a thin spot in the pipe, it'll knock a hole in it.
I see.
And when that happens, it's either cutting up the floor and going down and doing a patch on it, or trying to get a patch point liner down in there to seal that back up.
Right.
If there's enough of the integrity of the pipe left.
I see. You probably can't tell with that camera how bad that pipe is, can you? Like as far as
it doesn't do X-rays.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, some sort of.
No, you can't. There is that technology. They do it in transmission lines. They put a little thing inside transmission lines for natural gas and oil transmission lines that X-rays the pipe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how they know where to repair them. But it's not in this equipment here, and it's probably a very, very, very expensive piece of equipment.
Oh, I
too.
bet so. Yeah.
But this is, to me, is pretty much a general descaling job, or a job that's needed to be descaled.
Now, do you guys do that?
Yeah.
You do.
Okay. Yeah, I think just again, I'm getting some things third hand from the conversation that one of our girls had with Carrie, I think. She wanted another opinion of, I don't know what all the other company told her, but I think we're here for a second opinion.
Okay. Now that clay tile that's beyond the iron, is that short pieces or is that like
5 footers.
5 foot long?
Yeah, they're typically from 2 foot increments up to 5 foot increments.
Okay.
Back when it was installed, and that was from. This is a different kind of clay because it's newer than the clay that was like the vitrified tile that first started getting used for sewer work, which was, I don't know, probably mid 1800s or a little bit before that.
So with your experience, you think that we would be okay to descale that and clean it up without having too much problem then?
I feel like this one is a good candidate for descaling. We've done some jobs where they've cleaned up and cleaned up good to the, I mean, you can tell a night and day difference between the pre and post videos of a line, and get the phone call, our sewer's backed up again.
Oh boy.
And come to find out, it wasn't from the line. It was excessive, way excessive paper usage.
Yeah.
And there's a place up north of Westerville here, I'll tell you about excessive paper usage. It's the Faradine Assisted Living. They have assisted living and independent living villas, and we've worked for them for a long time. Plumbed some of the buildings when they were built new. But anyways, we went up. It's been a year and a half, 2 years ago. Linda called, and they had a whole wing backed up. Well, that's odd. This is plastic plumbing. The whole building. And it ended up being backed up clear out to a manhole on site. We had a vacuum truck come out and